The enemy tries to serve you up a menu every day of what is going to happen, what can happen, and he gives you this whole menu, this whole plethora of things to choose from, and they're all bad. And if you don't say something or do something about it, you'll find yourself just being overwhelmed and realizing and thinking you have no choice. But you have to remember it is a menu. And just like at a restaurant, you get a choice. And he wants you to think you have no choice. He's setting it forth as an agenda, like this is going to happen. So I've never forgotten something that Gloria Copeland, I've heard her say it many times if she gets a bad report from a doctor or from whomever. She immediately says, I'll not have it that way, or I won't have it that way. And she doesn't get all adamant and stomp her foot, at least maybe not all the time. And she'll just say, I'm not going to have it that way. So last night, a lady on my team who is a lady I've mentored, Leslie Nafis, since she was young. And she's very, very prophetic, and she had a dream, and she asked me if she could run it by me today. And the essence of the dream was this really big guy who was 2 or 3 times her size, was trying to assault her. And in the natural, it didn't look, she had no power over this guy at all. And she kept saying, it's not going to happen. And he kept threatening her, and she kept saying, it's not going to happen. And then she put her hand on his arm and realized how big it was, but she still said it's not going to happen. She kept saying it's not going to happen till the guy was on the ground. She had not used physical force at all. All she had done was say, it's not going to happen. Finally, he was down on the ground. She was standing over him, and she walked away. It's not going to happen. So I think this is a very profound and very prophetic dream. I asked her permission if I could use it, but I think this is where we are right now as women. I think it represents women in general, the bride of Christ, the body of Christ. It represents overwhelming, looming situations, and every situation which in the natural looks like it can totally overpower you, kill you, and have its way with you. But you've got to remember it's a menu, it's an agenda that the enemy's putting forth, and you don't have to have it that way. And just a simple, I'll not have it that way, or it's not going to happen is enough. But you do have to be consistent. Another Gloria Copelandism is, in consistency lies the power. In other words, you have to be consistent with what you're saying. You can't say, well, maybe, you've got to say, no, it's not going to happen, or I'll not have it that way. So be encouraged, understand it's a menu, and you can have what, I was going to say you can have it your way. You can have what you want, but I'm going to say you can have what you want, and you can have it your way when it's God's way, because there's going to be even more authority and power when you are choosing God's will, and you're just going to say, I'm not going to have it that way, I'm going to have it God's way, and as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth, God's will. So you can have it your way. You don't have to choose from the devil's menu.